Why does this always happen? A big company buys a promising startup and then they just totally kill the development. Fast forward a couple years, they shut it down. Hi, my name is Janet. I recently graduated with my MBA and I currently work as a manager at a startup in the fintech industry. In case you haven't heard, Intuit is shutting down Mint, which has 3.6 million users by the end of the year. Mint was acquired in 2009 and it's a free tool that allowed users to track their income, expenses, and investments all in real time. If you've ever tried getting your personal finances under control, chances are you probably gave Mint a try before. If you are a loyal Mint user for your budgeting needs, you're probably looking for alternatives right now. And if you've never heard of Mint before and you never tried budgeting, you probably want to stick around just to learn about what tools are out there. In this video, I'm going to cover the top personal finance management tools that could be a good Mint alternative for you. We'll talk about their features, pricing, and anything cool about them that stand out so you can make the best decision for yourself. I'll also share my opinion along the way. Towards the end of the video, I'll cover my favorite and the one that I use today. First up, we have Copilot. Even at first glance, you can tell that it has a really modern interface and eye-catching UI that makes it pleasing to use. They also have more unique features such as an Amazon and Venmo integration to make categorization a little bit easier. They're also leaning in with the AI-powered categorization that some other apps don't have. It costs $13 a month or $95 a year, but there are promo codes that you can find out there, especially during this Mint exodus. However, the downside is it's only available on iOS and macOS, so you have to be fully into the Apple ecosystem in order to use Copilot. And it's also only limited to US currently. If you're in that demographic, this actually can be a good fit for you. Next, we have Goodbudget, which is also very popular and known for more of its budgeting functionality. It adopts the envelope method of budgeting. There's also a web and Android apps, so even if you're not in the Apple ecosystem, you can still use Goodbudget. Something that not every other app lets you do is that in Goodbudget, you can track your debt and also savings goals in the same platform. It has a free trial with basic functionality, or you can upgrade for pro features for $7 a month or $60 annually. Personally though, I didn't really love the old school UI of Goodbudget and couldn't see myself using it long term. Also, it's really heavy on the budgeting features, but practically nothing on the investment side. So if I wanted to track my portfolio, I couldn't really do it in here. And I really wanted to find something that could be an all-in-one solution. Then we have PocketGuard, which has a pretty modern UI and has some features that the other apps don't really talk about, such as bill payment tracker or fraud detection, and of course the debt payoff and the savings goals. It's one of the cheaper options at only $7.99 a month, but it also is lacking the investment tracking features that would make it a more complete solution. Also, their app ratings are a little bit lower than the rest of their competitors, so it might not be as great of a mobile experience. This next one is an interesting one because it's actually developed by an indie hacker or solo founder, and it's called Monarch Money. One of the most unique features is that it's country agnostic, so it wasn't just built for people in the US. You can track multiple currencies and even crypto. With the monthly subscription, it's $10 a month, but if you upgrade to the annual plan, you can actually choose your own price with a minimum of $40. So this is definitely an affordable option for a lot of folks, but personally, I didn't love how it was laid out and the fact that it didn't have a mobile app and it was only accessible on the web, and the fact that it is a solo founder, which totally commendable, but I wanted to go with a solution that had a bit more backing, so in case anything happens, it wasn't really dependent on one person. I've used tools in the past when it was maybe a one-man shop or a married couple, and if someone got sick or someone had a baby, everything seemed to slow down to crawl when it comes to development. So Tiller Money is an interesting one because it's not really a standalone app or tool. It's actually a plugin that sits on top of Microsoft Excel or Google Spreadsheets. And it definitely has a cult following. Tiller allows you to connect your bank accounts to Google Spreadsheets so that you can use whatever filter that you want and you can get really granular with it. And if you love Excel and spreadsheets, this could be your jam. It's only $79 a year, so it's also one of the relatively affordable options. It's really cool that it basically gave your spreadsheet superpowers, but personally, I didn't like that there was no mobile app. It didn't look that great because honestly, you were just looking at a spreadsheet. It almost felt like there was too many choices. There's too many different templates. I feel like I had to tinker with it constantly. In addition, I felt like there was always something kind of wonky with their bank connections. So I didn't have a lot of trust that everything was flowing through really seamlessly. And if you're trying to track your investments and crypto, this is not really a good tool for that. I kind of always think, can I teach my mom how to use this tool? And I definitely wouldn't want to try with Tiller. There's also another interesting one called Rocket Money. It used to be called Truebill, and where it really shines is when it comes to subscriptions and tracking your bills. They even have a service where they negotiate your bills for you. And if they're successful, they'll charge a percentage of your first year savings as a success fee. It'll cost you $6 to $12 a month or $48 to $60 if you pay on the annual plan. Its strength is definitely in helping you track and manage your subscriptions. But some users have reported that they're not able to connect all their bank accounts into Rocket Money because they're really reliant on Plaid as their bank connector. The next one is definitely new school meets old school. It's called Quicken Simplifi. Yes, that Quicken, the 40-year-old product that your parents probably use. The crazy thing is, Intuit used to own Quicken. But then when they bought Mint in 2009, they told all their Quicken users to move over to Mint. So now they killed Mint, but Quicken's now back under new ownership. Anyways, Quicken Simplifi has a clean interface and its users seem to really like its simplicity and its low cost. You're looking at $4 to $5 a month. The next one has die-hard fans. It's called Goodbudget, also known as YNAB. It is a zero-based budgeting system, which means every dollar has a job. YNAB was actually the first tool that I used when I was first starting out. However, now I realized that there was a steep learning curve and I had to spend a lot of time reading the articles, watching videos to learn how to use it. I personally prefer a solution that's a lot more simple that doesn't require so much training to get up to speed. In addition, it's not really an all-in-one financial management solution because while it's strong in budgeting, it lacks features in investments or tracking subscriptions that some of these other apps have. It costs $98 a year or $11.99 a month, but you should also take in consideration the time it takes for you to get up to speed with the training so you can use it properly. I used this next one back when it was called Personal Capital. It went through a rebrand and now it's called Empower. Its strength is definitely on the investment side of things and tracking your portfolio, but I had the hardest time making it work well for me when it comes to budgeting and tracking my expenses. I have used over half of the tools that I just mentioned, which has led me to the tool that I currently use today, Monarch Money. One of the biggest selling points to me is that the ramp-up time is really short. It's very intuitive when you log in, so you don't have to spend a lot of time trying to dig through training videos to understand how to use the system. And yes, I was able to teach my mom how to use this. Another reason why I enjoy using it is that it kind of combines what I wanted from YNAB and then also what I wanted from Empower/Personal Capital and meshed it all together. I didn't really love having two different systems to also track my investments and also do my budgeting and my expenses. It also does a good job of highlighting my recurring subscriptions, similar to Rocket Money, so that I could decide which I want to keep or cut. Its mobile app and web interface are also really easy to use. Another key selling point for me is that unlike other apps, Monarch Money doesn't only rely on Plaid for its account connections. If Plaid doesn't work, you can also use Finicity and MX as backups. It costs $100 a year or $14.99 a month. This is just my opinion, and clearly there's a lot of apps in the space to choose from. I've only covered 10 today, but there's actually a ton more that I linked down below in case you want to check them out. For me, I wanted something that was easy to learn. I didn't want to have to binge watch training videos to understand how the system works. I also wanted something that was easy to maintain, so having a good mobile app and a web interface that made sense was really important to me. And lastly, I wanted something that could combine all the things that I wanted into one app. I didn't want to log into so many different platforms just to get a full picture of my financial life. And so this is the one that I'm using right now. Using any of these tools to get a better handle on your financial health is a win. Let me know if you have any suggestions or any ones that I've missed. I'd love to know what's been working out for you and if you tried any of the ones that I mentioned. See you on the next video.